Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's a little bit of a weird time for me to do a video, but got home from a night out and jumped on the computer just looking around at some stuff. This is a stock I've followed for a while, and I keep a list of stocks. Like I must have 1,000 stocks that maybe at some particular time there was a news event, or I traded it and didn't want to ever lose touch of the stock because it had an interesting story, maybe didn't pan out at the time, or day traders jumped in and out. Even though the story was good, it just didn't have a continuation move for whatever reason. So I do keep a list of stocks, and I categorize them depending on what the theme of the stock is, whether it's a biotech or I liked it based on fundamentals. And there's a stock that I had followed for a long time called MEI Pharma Inc. And it kind of reminds me of the chart pattern for EVFM, which I'm in right now, and it's not performing well, but it just shows you that biotechs can really shake people out and then reverse and do a complete opposite move. And you can see how this stock's been all over the place, from $5 down to 72 cents and back up to $4 and change. And normally in this time frame, if you looked at this stock in here, and this is like a complete breakdown of a channel, right? On big increasing volume. I'm not going to show the moving averages, but I mean, this thing broke down completely, probably shook a lot of people out, and then reverses back up. I'm sure there's a news event, because look at the volume here. I haven't looked at the news event, but I can look into the details on that and kind of come back in and give us a little bit of an update on this. But this is a really interesting pattern on this stock. Actually, I will load the the moving averages so we can kind of take a look at it. We're above the 20, above the 50, and well above the 200. Getting a little stretch above the 200. We're trying to consolidate this big move on the RSI. But two things I like about this. One is the recent volume has been pretty good. Number two, on kind of a weird day on Friday, the stock closed towards the high end of its range, and it's the highest close in like the last 10 trading days. So very interesting action on MEI. Now, fundamentally, they have a great pipeline. They have a really good cash position, and they have a partnership with a major pharma company. And what I'll do is I'll link the article to Seeking Alpha so you can read about it. And sometimes I want to go back and figure out where's the resistance level on a stock. And what I can do is go back a few years. So if we look at the time frame here within a few years, and let me remove the moving averages to kind of clean things up. And let's see here. Let's load the candles only. So when we look at this channel that we saw a few years ago, and you can see where this breaks down, it's pretty evident this candle here is substantial. Left a lot of traders stranded, right? And it's pretty significant because it's the highest volume red candle within this entire time frame. This is probably encompasses over a year or so, having the high candle like that. So it's interesting when you look at pivot, what we call pivot breaking points, and we can see that the high of this candle was $4.35. So if we run that across, and it doesn't have to be exact, but let's see, $4.35, and then we extend that to the right, and it's funny how it works out. When you come back to present time, and you can see that this is the high area right here, and where does that coincide with? Right where we're kind of running into some resistance here. In fact, the pivot was closer to 433, and that literally is the high candle of the recent move that we've seen. So if we lowered that a little bit, I think that was like the opening price. In any case, you get the idea that once we got close to there, anybody that was stranded from years ago, hasn't had that price reached for, multiple years, just wanted to get out, right? So when we push through the upper channel, I'm not surprised that they came in and sold, right? They just wanted to get out. They've been waiting for years and years, and they're just tired of it, right? If they've been a long-term holder and they had to weather this 72 cents, and they're like, man, I'm down big time on my money. A lot of people that have held on to this point were just happy to break even, right? But a lot of times that's when the trade really starts for guys like you and I, possibly wanting to get into this stock. Because now I like this. I like this channel that it's holding. I like that it was up on a weird Friday, where the market was kind of weak. I like that with the selling that came on as we closed in on that area where people are just happy to get out of it, and we don't know where they bought in that channel, right, or sold. It's hard to say, like, how many people were stranded and didn't sell, and how many people were buyers and held on from that point on. So I like this channel here. I like the stock fundamentally, and I do believe that this could be a huge mover, just based on fundamentals, just based on the market action, and a lot of catalysts coming up. When you look at their pipelines, very diversified. And like I said, I'll leave the link in for the pipeline. And maybe this is one that, hey, if we come in Monday morning and things aren't looking so great, which I kind of have a feeling Monday morning is not going to be so great, this one I'm going to take a position in, MEI Pharma. And then just to digress here and talk about really quick the McClellan Oscilla that we've been really following to keep us safe in the market, definitely got to a point where we need to start to see a bounce. If we do have weakness on Monday, we need to get some sideways action coming into the market pretty soon, and we'll go to into those S&P 500 numbers tomorrow, so that you'll have them for Monday's open to kind of get an idea of how to pick your trades. If we're opening up high in the morning, where you want to go short at, and if we open up weak, where's our buy points at. But MEI is definitely one that I'm interested in. I'll definitely be taking a position. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, so this is just my own personal trading thoughts and my strategies and my technical analysis, so take them as you will. But this one looks really interesting just based on this channel that I'm looking at, based on the prior highs, the volume, and the curling up of some of these things like the MACD and whatnot. So MEI, I will leave the link for the Seeking Alpha in the description.